Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Washington Times that was published on October 18th. Now this goes to show the desperation of the Democrats if this turns out to be true. It goes to show that they know that the blue wave ain't shit. Now this is written by Stephen Dinan. Texas Dems ask non-citizens to register to vote, send applications with citizenship box pre-checked. That takes a lot of balls for the Democrats to be doing this. They are so desperate right now that they're willing to just blatantly and blazingly, in the faces of everyone, do shit like this. It's pretty vile that they would stoop to this level and just openly do it. The Texas Democratic Party asked non-citizens to register to vote, sending out applications to immigrants with the box citizenship already checked yes, according to new complaints filed Thursday asking prosecutors to see what laws may have been broken. Well, considering it's against the law for illegals to vote, they're running a conspiracy to do so. There's got to be some criminal charges that they can bring on this note. The Public Interest Legal Foundation alerted district attorneys and the Federal Justice Department to the pre-checked applications and also included a signed affidavit from a man who said some of his relatives who aren't citizens received the mailing. Well, that just goes to show you how much Hispanics are fed up with the Democrat Party and don't like their shit. That's fucking hilarious. Really is. This is how the Texas Democratic Party is inviting foreign influence in an election, in a federal election cycle, said Logan Churchill, spokesman for the PILF, a group that has made its mark policing states' voter registration practices. Yeah, you know, that's what's funny. You gotta love the Democrats. Russia, 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 foreign influence. Russia, 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 Russia hacked. Russia did this. Russia did that. Foreign influence. Trump isn't a legitimate president. But when it comes to them and what the fuck they want, when it comes to their candidate and them openly having illegals fucking vote for them at this point, because that's what they're doing here, openly doing it, that's a different story. Then it's legitimate. You can't have it both ways, Democrats. Sorry to break it to you. That's not how life is. The Texas Secretary of State's office said it, too, had gotten complaints both from immigrants and from relatives of dead people who said they got mailings asking them to register. Ooh! They're even going for the dead people! That's a classic tactic for the Democrats. I mean, shit. JFK had dead people in Chicago voting for him. That's a documented historical friggin' fact. That they go, oh, no, there was never any voter fraud in this country. Hell, literally, like you could show them the Tammany Hall politics bullshit, like in that DiCaprio movie with the 5 points there. Which is historically accurate on that note of like stuffing ballot boxes and getting people to vote multiple times and immigrants and everything else. And they go, oh, it never happened. Really? I mean, yet they're the ones behind it. You gotta love that. Democrats are behind this type of shit. And they just go, it never happened, or it doesn't happen. It's fucking hilarious how pathetic they've got. They've stooped to where they'll openly do this shit. Well, crying Russia, 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 and going, oh, well, there's no illegals voting and this and that. It's fucking hilarious. Goes to show how sad and pathetic they really are. Besides that, Texas Governor Greg Abbott vowed to investigate. If true, there will be serious consequences, he said. If you're going to quote someone, there should probably be a quote. There should be probably a comma here. If true, comma, there will be serious consequences. I hate to be a grammar Nazi on that one. I just noticed that now. It caught me. Sorry. The PILF, the PILF, publicly released complaints it sent to Hidalgo and Starr counties asking for an investigation. The organization also provided copies of pre-marked voter applications and the affidavit from the man who said his non-citizen relatives received the mailing. I mean, this is some scary shit that they're just brazenly, doing this. The applications were pre-addressed to elections officials, which is likely what left many voters to believe they were receiving an official communication from the state. Wow. That's fucked up. But the return addresses was from the State Democratic Executive Committee and listed an address in Austin that matches the State Democratic Party's headquarters. You would think they would be smarter than this. You would think that they would, not put their address on shit. You'd think that they wouldn't want this to lead back to them. I mean, trying to get illegals to vote, that's some shady fucking shit. Trying to get dead people to vote, shady fucking shit. Or hoping that someone in the family will be shady and use the dead person shit. Because you go, they might be a Democrat. Maybe they'll vote for their dead relative. The letter is emblazoned with urgent. Your voter registration deadline is October 9, it continues. Your voter registration application is inside. Complete, sign, and return it today. So they're using shady tactics to try to get these people to get this shit in quickly and vote registered Democrat and all this other crap. On the application, boxes affirming the applicant is both 18 and a U.S. citizen are already checked with an X in the S field. The mailing also urges those who are unsure if they're registered to mail it in. Wow. They're desperate. A person answering phones at the state party declined to connect the Washington Times with any officials there, insisting that a reporter email questions. The email went unanswered. Well, of course, they're caught in this fucking scandal. They don't want to talk to anyone. They don't want to talk to reporters. They're going to blow them off like this. They're screwed. They know they got caught. Sam Taylor, spokesman for Texas's Secretary of State, said they heard from people whose relatives were receiving mail despite having passed away 10 years ago or longer. Oh, God, that's funny. At least they're not, getting mailers for, relatives that have been dead for, a quarter of a century, half century, or a century or more. Wow, 10 years. They really are desperate. They're going back to dead people that have been long since buried, a decade ago. One woman said her child, who'd been dead 19 years, got a mailing asking to register. Ooh, that must have really hurt. That must have really fucking hurt. Because a parent outliving a child is bad enough, but when you receive shit like that, it just reminds you of it. Fucking no class. Democrats have no fucking class. It looks like a case of really bad information they are using to send out these mailers, Mr. Taylor said. No! Ha ha ha! No! No, no, no! It's not bad information. They're sending them to illegals and to dead people. The illegals, they're hoping will vote. The dead people, they're hoping their relatives will register for them and vote. It doesn't take a fucking rocket surgeon to figure that shit out. Or a brain scientist like Jeff Fuckwit Holiday. I mean, he's fucking numb. He would probably figure that one out, and he's fucking numb. I mean, this is some funny fucking shit. He said some of the non-citizens who called wondered whether there had been some change that made them now legally able to vote despite not being citizens. Okay, and they were hoping that a lot of these illegals aren't going to do that, just mail their shit out and vote. And then the Democrats, they can be like, hey, we had no idea. And just play fucking stupid. Mr. Taylor said there is a state law against encouraging someone to falsify a voter application, but it would be up to investigators to decide if pre-checking boxes rose to that level. Are you fucking kidding me? They are literally sending these, they are specifically targeting, well, I'm going to rephrase it to that. They are specifically targeting illegals and dead people. They are trying to get illegals and other people in the place of these dead people to vote. The illegals with those boxes checked, it's about playing off of what they perceive as them being uneducated and stupid. And what gets me is you're the one coming off as uneducated and stupid when you say stupid shit like this, Taylor. Wow. PILF has been pushing state election officials in recent years to be wary of non-citizens who manage to register and in many cases to actually cast ballots. Yet there's no voter fraud, according to the Democrats, ever. The organization has found thousands of people who later admitted they weren't citizens, but who managed to register to vote in New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. Yet again, the Democrats claim that that shit does not happen. Because why? Oh, that's right. These people tend to overwhelmingly vote Democrat. The organization is also embroiled in a legal battle with Harris County, Texas, which has declined to provide PILF with similar voter data. Yeah, because they probably know that their voter rolls are going to show that there's some really crooked shit going on. PILF says usually the origin of non-citizen voting is motor vehicle bureaus, where people are pressed to register and often ignore or miss the admonition they must be citizens. Yeah, because you got these state bureaucrats who are unionized, who tend to be left. We'll get them to register to vote. I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of what's going on that note. Hell, I'd probably bet on it. Actually, no, you know what? Yeah, I'd throw a couple bucks down on that. I mean, I wouldn't bet the farm or the bank or anything like that. But I'd bet a little chunk of change on it. In this case, though, the invitations were sent directly by a political party. Yes, exactly. The Democrats trying to get illegals and dead people to vote. How else can you look at this shit when they are literally targeting illegals and dead people? Well, not illegals, but immigrants and dead people. Literally, immigrants and dead people. You gotta be a fucking moron not to see what the hell their intent was with that. The data from North Carolina suggests that non-citizens who vote skew decidedly Democratic based on their pattern of voting in Democratic primaries. Well, no fucking shit. Why do you think when it comes to Democrats, non-citizens and fucking dead people tend to vote for them? And when I say non-citizens, I'm including the ones who came here legally and who don't give a shit or are too stupid to know that they're not supposed to be able to vote, and the illegals who just don't give a fuck because they want that free Democrat shit. Illegals and dead people are infamous for voting for the Democrats. This is specific to this. It's a pattern. It's a modus operandi. The plaintiff, PILF, provided to prosecutors Thursday. The affidavit PILF provided to prosecutors Thursday is from David C. Kafuri Jr. Okay, maybe he's not Mexican. I was figuring it was like, Hispanic. But it looks like we might have someone from Kafuri? I'd say probably maybe Middle East. Wow. He said several relatives of his who are legal permanent residents but not citizens got the mailing and were confused. He said in his affidavit he told them to report the mailing to local authorities and not to fill it out any further. Well, yeah. You really don't want to fill that shit out and fuck up your residency status. They'll throw you on a fucking plane back to wherever the fuck you came from. The Hidalgo County Election Office said it forwards all applications that arrive to the state for processing. Officials can't tell whether something was pre-checked or not when it got when it got the applicant? Well, of course they can't tell whether it was pre-checked or not when it got to the applicant. There's no, I mean, you know, you might have a little idea if the color of the ink's different, or if it was, say, printed out of a printer with the X on it or something like that, but that's about it. And that still wouldn't be conclusive proof. A county election spokeswoman couldn't say whether pre-checking the citizenship box was legal. No one wants to admit whether or not it's legal. It's fucking fraud. It's a crime. Holy fucking shit. The Democrat Party in Texas is literally trying to commit fraud. I don't see how you can't say, yeah, that's illegal. Mr. Churchwell, though, said it crosses lines because prosecutors looking into whether someone illegally registered to vote need to be able to see the intent of the applicant, and a pre-checked box defeats that. Not really. It just goes to show what the Democrats are up to. Build a fucking case against them. Fuck this party partisan bullshit. Fuck, you know, we're not going to go after a party. No, what they're doing is fucking criminal. Go after their asses. It's that simple. Mr. Churchwell said the party was putting immigrants in a tough position, as evidenced by the number of them who were calling state officials wondering if there had been some change allowing them to vote. Yeah, they were actually hoping for these immigrants to not fucking, you know, call and just do it. The victims will actually be the non-citizens, he said. Oh, you fucking think? Why do you think the Democrats did this? Plausible fucking deniability on the note of possible criminal charges. You know, not plausible deniability. They're in a gray area. And they do have, to an extent, plausible deniability on the fact of, well, we aren't the ones that's actually submitting the forms and stuff like that. But what they're doing is trying to sway an election, is trying to commit, you know, trying to orchestrate election fraud. That sounds like a fucking conspiracy to me. Why the hell are you worried about the individuals more so than the Democrat Party doing this shit? I mean, fuck. With them sending this out, specifically targeting immigrants and dead people, to me that would be enough, I would think, for a warrant to go and fucking raid their offices. See what the fuck other criminal shit they're up to, like what criminal shit they're up to in this conspiracy that they've got to try to get these people who aren't eligible to vote. At least, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but at least to me it seems like there would be. This is some funny fucking shit. Democrats have a lot of balls that they'll brazenly do something like this. It's fucked up. Really is. And it goes to show how desperate they are. It goes to show that they know the blue wave is a complete crock of fucking shit. It goes to show that they know that Beta, the fucking cuck, the criminal cuck fuck, isn't going to probably beat Cruz like they thought he would. I mean, it's fucking hilarious. But anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.